So my name's Shanice and I went to Sydney Russell. I think what initially drew me to start volunteering was that after I had reflected on my own career and educational journey, realising how much of my own positionality, whether my locality or where I grew up, where I came from, my background had influenced my career journey, and then seeing that for others, it might actually provide them with some perspective or relevant information to consider while they embark on their journey.
My name's Tim Reardon. I was born, grew up and lived in East London, went to St Bonaventure's School and then on to St Bonaventure's and St Angela's Sixth Form. It's something I've been thinking about for a while. It's not something that we've ever had when I was at school, and I do very much believe in the see it, be it position. It's very difficult to picture yourself within a particular role or a particular way of life unless you can see someone similar to yourself undertaking that same path or same journey. Coming from where I've come from and getting to where I've got to, I think it's incumbent upon me to help those people that are from the same type of background, who come to the same school that I used to go to, and try to help them on their way.
So I am Berfi Zunu. I went to St Bonaventure's School. I think giving back is really important. The people that shaped my life were at this school, committed to the school, and for me it was important to kind of give back to the community that built me up when I was a teenager.
My name's Isabella Rocha and I went to Tolworth Girls' School. I loved my school. I went there for secondary school and also sixth form, and they've helped me so much, so I thought, why not give back?
I think I would also have liked to have known the range of options that were available just outside of the traditional route of going straight from A-levels, going on to uni and then going and starting your career. I think I would have liked to know that you could do an apprenticeship, you could join a company and continue your education in that way. You could do a BTEC, but I think now those things are becoming more popular and people are more open with their stories and the outcomes of choosing those options.
I know that for me it was quite a difficult pathway. I didn't really have a mentor to help me get into the degree apprenticeship I'm in. So just having someone to be able to skip those extra steps and just kind of fast track into getting into those degree apprenticeships, or just tips on how to get into those areas they want to get into. I think because I went to that school a few years back, then students can actually see themselves in a way she was in the place that I was a few years back. So if she can do it, I can do it as well.
I wish I would have been advised that there's lots of different options other than the usual career paths that people think about and talk about. Things change quite a lot. You have to be quite flexible in terms of what you're looking for in a career and a way of life and what you want to do in the future. I can recall being at school and the certain types of careers that were open to people, the new careers around kind of photography, film, linguistics, being translators. And as things develop, and more recently, in more recent years, technology has kind of taken over some of those particular areas. But there's so many different career paths out there.
I think one of the values is the lived experience that person can then tell the students. They can show them different career paths, give them the experiences of university or not going to university, give them the experience of the workplace, understanding how the world works outside of the textbook and giving them real life experiences, particularly if they've had any setbacks, whether that be failing exams or having to do resets, something like that. Having someone come back and tell you it's doable, it's possible, and it's not all linear is really, really helpful.
So in terms of what alumni for St Bonaventure's can do, I think ultimately it's around a few things. One is the see it, be it piece. So people can actually see people who have been at the school from the same background, gone on to be successful in whatever sphere or area or sector they want to go in, and they can relate to that and then see a path forward for themselves. The other one is mentoring. So mentoring people in terms of their education, how to transform that education into something practical, into the workforce, and ultimately doing something you enjoy.
I think Alumni can bring a lot of value. I think one of the ways in which they can do that is just providing practical advice and guidance. They're on ground, they're in the market, they're doing their roles, they've started their career, and many of them have progressed. And I think they're able to provide students with current information for them to consider. Because there's also that shared history and points of connection, sometimes it can be easier for current students to kind of connect with alumni and ask them questions that they might not always feel comfortable asking in other settings. And I think it gives them the opportunity just to be vulnerable, be honest, and to ask questions that can also help them as they're considering what they want to do later on in life.